Do binaural beats really work, and more specifically, do they work for lucid dreaming? That's what I'm going to discuss today, so let's get on that. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and welcome to the first episode of the Lucid Dream Clinic. Basically, if you don't already know, the Lucid Dream Clinic is a series where I will be addressing some of your issues and problems. People will comment them down in the comments below the videos, and I will go through and find interesting ones to answer in video format. So this is the first episode, and yesterday I posted a video announcing this series and asking you guys to share some of your issues. So I was going through them, and I found one that struck out as a good idea for a first video. So this question sort of came up twice. Joey TS comments, do binaural beats really work for lucid dreaming? Which is basically what this video is about. And also, JS Gaming comments, hi, I haven't had a lucid dream yet, but I've tried binaural beats and I think about lucid dreaming within dreams, but don't focus on it and continue doing what I'm doing. I find it hard to sleep with headphones, which you need for binaural beats, and I sleep on my side, which makes lucid dreaming hard. So, first of all, with regards to the sleeping on your side thing, it does not matter whether you sleep on your side or your back for lucid dreaming. If anyone tells you that you need to sleep on your back to lucid dream, that's a myth, that's completely untrue. I sleep on my side 99% of the time and I lucid dream just fine. Now, one of the reasons why people might suggest sleeping on your back is for certain methods like Wild, where you actually essentially go through hypnagogia and go into a lucid dream. And in such a method, you need to be really relaxed, and it's usually easier to relax when you're flat on your back, because you kind of get a tendency to fidget and move about when you're on your side. But for every other method and for lucid dreaming in general, you can sleep in whatever position is most comfortable for you. Another reason why people might suggest sleeping on your back is if you usually sleep on your side and you find it that you fall asleep really fast, then sometimes sleeping on your back can actually, keep you more alert and awake so you don't fall asleep too fast. But for me personally, I find it more uncomfortable to try to sleep in a position that I don't normally sleep in, so I just stick with what I know best, which is sleeping on my side most of the time. Let's talk a little bit about binaural beats and lucid dreaming. Do they work? Well, first of all, it helps if we understand how binaural beats are supposed to work. So binaural beats are supposed to work by a principle called entrainment. Now, entrainment is the idea that certain things will sync up with each other when in close proximity. This was first observed with clocks. Someone put two clocks next to each other and found that over time their actual ticking synced up. And this is seen with, for example, mothers and their babies, their heartbeats will sync up, and it's seen in a lot of other areas in the world. So, binaural beats are made with the kind of principle that by resonating at a certain frequency, they can basically convince the brain to do the same thing and induce a certain state in the brain. Now, the word binaural gives us a clue to how it tries to do this. Basically, in each ear you hear a different frequency, and the difference between the two frequencies, however many hertz the difference is between them, is the kind of difference that your brain is supposed to start, resonating at. Now, the thing is, we don't actually have any evidence that this works whatsoever. So, we have to take it with a pinch of salt. Now, the other thing, this is perhaps even more important, is that even if they do work in the manner intended, they will only work if your headphones are actually basically putting the sound out at the right amount of hertz in each earphone. If you have cheaper headphones, that's not happening, so there is no binaural beat effect happening whatsoever, regardless of what you hear. So why is it that so many people swear by binaural beats and use them? And why is it that I actually like them myself? Well, the thing is, binaural beats are often coupled with pink noise or white noise of some kind, and that kind of background sound that you get is actually proven to help with relaxation. And the rain sounds and other sounds that you can hear in these videos help relax you. So whether or not you're actually getting an entrainment effect from it, these tracks are relaxing and they can help you, for example, get into trance for meditation and so on. But are they good for lucid dreaming? Well, JS Gaming raised a very useful point here. He said, I find it hard to sleep with headphones, which you need for binaural beats. Now, if you remember what I just mentioned, I said that you need good headphones basically for binaural beats to even have any effect, if they even work, because we don't know that they actually do work for this purpose yet. Well, if they do, then you would need good headphones that are capable of, putting out the frequencies that are needed. So that means in most cases those are going to be over-ear headphones. And if you're wearing over-ear headphones, a big bulky pair of headphones, that's not going to be very comfortable and you're going to find it hard to sleep. Now, if on the other hand you wear in-ear headphones, most of those are lower quality and probably aren't giving you the hertz that you need, so they aren't going to have any effect, even if binaural beats do work. So basically, either way, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Now, what about me personally? I really like binaural beats, but I really like them for setting up for meditation, helping me get relaxed. Do I use them for lucid dreaming? I have tried in the past, and I have been lucid dreaming for around 8 years now. My first lucid dream was when I was 16, I'm currently 24, and I've been consciously lucid dreaming, like controlling it, for about 7 years. And in that time, I've tried numerous times with binaural beats. Never has it worked for me once. I have had success with pretty much every lucid dreaming method out there. Wake back to bed, mild, filed, SSILD, meditation before bed, all of these things, but binaural beats never once in my 7 years of practicing lucid dreaming actively gave me a single lucid dream. So that should answer your question. Could binaural beats work? Maybe, but they never have for me, and there's no actual science to say that they are going to have the effect that you want them to have. Plus, the actual act of having to wear, expensive headphones that cover your ears in bed, it's just going to make it harder to relax and harder to fall asleep. So what do I suggest instead? Well, I suggest following one of the simple beginner methods, because JS Gaming, you say that you haven't had a lucid dream yet. So what I suggest is what I suggest to all beginners, which is basically a variation of mild, using a mantra. What you need to do is you need to set an alarm for about 6 hours after you go to bed and wake up on that alarm, and when you wake up, then you need to repeat a mantra in your head. The mantra that I use personally is, I will be lucid in my next dream. So repeat that for 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it doesn't matter how long, you don't have to keep repeating it forever. Just repeat it for a little while and then go back to sleep. Simple as that. Now, as long as you actually hit that REM period, which is the period that you need to be in to have a lucid dream, which is what you're trying to do by setting the alarm for 6 hours, then you're very likely to have a lucid dream with this method. It doesn't work every time, but I've honestly never shown anyone this method and had them do it for more than a week without getting their first lucid dream. Everyone I've shown this to usually gets their first lucid dream in like the second or third night. For me personally, it was the second night that I did that I got that. And in your message, JS Gaming, you already say that you sleep from 11 to 6 or 11 to 9, so you are sleeping at least 7 hours or longer, which means that this is perfect for you. You can set an alarm for 6 hours after you go to sleep. Now, if you are living with other people and you don't want to wake them up with the alarm, then my advice is just to set it really quietly and perhaps put it under your pillow or something. You'll be surprised. You can have it really quiet and notice it under your pillow. You can even set it to vibrate. It won't necessarily work for everyone, but I've sometimes done that, set my alarm just to vibrate under my pillow, and then, I'll reach under and turn it off when it wakes me up. And if you really want to supercharge this method and ensure that it works, then what I suggest doing is meditating every night before bed for 20 to 30 minutes. I know it's a lot, and so if you really don't want to do it, you don't have to, but if you really want to lucid dream and you want to ensure that you get the chance to do it, then add some meditation in before bed. It will really help. Now, back to the subject of binaural beats and lucid dreaming. So we've already established that they're probably not the best idea. But that doesn't mean that you can't use them. A lot of people find that for them it does work. Now, this could be a placebo effect, it could be an effect of the actual relaxation effect of the tracks, or it could be that indeed binaural beats do work and we just haven't proved it yet. So, you don't have to rule them out, but I wouldn't suggest them as a first line approach. In other words, if you've never lucid dreamed before and you're trying to lucid dream, or you're really adamant about lucid dreaming, don't use binaural beats. If, however, you're already experienced and you want to experiment with a new method, then try them out. Maybe they do work for you. And on a related note, something that you may actually find that does work, something that you can actually listen to when you're falling asleep, is actually hypnosis. There are several hypnosis tracks on YouTube that you can find for actually lucid dreaming. And hypnosis is actually very, very effective. I found it to be very effective for inducing lucid dreams and all sorts of other things, helping me, get over fears and things like that. And while it's not going to be as effective as going to, say, a hypnotherapist, just listening to a track on YouTube, it is still quite effective, and it's definitely going to give you a better chance of lucid dreaming than, say, binaural beats. So that would be my suggested alternative for someone that wants to go about it through that method. But again, for your first time lucid dreaming, what I suggest is the mild method, an alarm for 6 hours after you fall asleep, waking up, repeating a mantra, which by the way you repeat in your head. You don't have to say it aloud or anything, you can just repeat it in your head, and then going back to sleep. And you know, about a third of the time that should work and get you a lucid dream. Anyway, that's been all for this first episode of the Lucid Dream Clinic. Leave your feedback down below, and also, if you want to be featured in the next episode of the Lucid Dream Clinic and you want your questions to be answered, then you can ask them down in the comments below. And don't worry if you've already asked them before on a previous video, it's okay to ask them again. If I haven't answered the question yet, it's okay to ask it again. I don't see it as spam or anything if you end up posting it on like 5 Lucid Dream Clinic videos until it gets answered. You know, if you really need a question answered, then do feel free to keep asking it. Though, be aware that I have seen, you know, all of your comments in the first video. I have read through them all, and it's also possible that I may actually make videos replying to some of the comments from the first video as well. I may actually make some Lucid Dream Clinic episodes based on some of the older comments. It won't necessarily always be from the latest video. So if you have posted already, there is a chance that your question is going to be answered soon anyway. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did and you want to stay tuned for the next episode of the Lucid Dream Clinic, remember to subscribe. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to be part of the next episode, leave your questions down below. And if you want to keep watching, check out the video that's linked on screen. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.